Good morning, dear children. You should be seeing me after a good 2.5 months later, no? We didn't have any interaction during this period. So today I thought you must not see me, I cannot see you now. And I thought I would take a class in chemistry this morning on bonding. Already you have done electrovalent and covalent bonding, you have already done. I don't think you have any doubts on that. Electrovalent and covalent bonding. To revise with you, I will once again say electrovalent bonds are formed when the difference in electronegativity of the bonding atoms is more than 1.7. It should be more than 1.7. Difference in electronegativity of the bonding atoms should be more than 1.7. Take for example sodium Na and fluorine. Fluorine has an electronegativity of 4. Sodium organic better hydrogen, electronegativity is 2.1. The difference in electronegativity you can easily see, it is 1.9, which is more than 1.7. So the combination between hydrogen and fluorine to form hydrogen fluoride, that must be electrovalent compound. Electrovalent compound is formed. Same thing is true with, I didn't want to take sodium and fluorine, which is too common. I have taken hydrogen and fluorine. The electronegativity difference should be more than 1.7. There are exceptions, some cases. This is 1.6 also. May sometimes form electrovalent compound. But in general, covalent compounds are formed when two atoms of almost the same electronegativity, or the difference between electronegativity of two atoms should be 0 or varies very negligibly. Then covalent compounds are formed, or covalent molecules are formed. Example, when hydrogen and hydrogen combine to form a molecule of hydrogen, it is usually shown as HH, molecule of hydrogen. This bonding is covalent bonding. We only show a line H. This is covalent bonding. And so these two we have already done. Covalent bonding and electrovalent bonding we have already done. Today I intend to do, this also was partly done. I thought I will explain this to you in a better way. It is coordinate covalent bonding. Coordinate covalent bonding. In covalent, this is a bonding, I think, essentially covalent, but slight difference. In covalent bonding, two atoms, they share electrons. Say hydrogen and hydrogen will share electron, or oxygen and oxygen will share electron. Here is a double bond. Hydrogen and hydrogen is a single bond. Nitrogen and nitrogen will share, it will be a triple bond. So in all these cases they share electrons. But in coordinate covalent compounds, the sharing is one-sided. Sharing is one-sided. That's what I am going to explain. All this I have drawn here to explain it to you. Take for example water. Take for example water. Water is a polar covalent compound. Water is a polar covalent compound. Polar covalent compound. It is having slight polarity. It is having slight polarity here. There is slight polarity. This will be delta plus, and here there will be delta minus. Slight polarity. Water has slight polarity, and it is said then that every molecule of water will not change like this. Out of 10 to the power of 8 molecules of water, out of 10 to the power of 8 molecules of water, that means 1 followed by 8 zeros, 10 crores. Out of 10 crore molecules, one molecule will change like this. This change is known as dissociation. You can call it ionization or dissociation. Dissociation. If it is electrovalent compound, we call it dissociation. Covalent compound, we say ionization. So this ionizes. One hydrogen, one water molecule ionizes into HNOH. Just one, out of 10 to the power of 8, but even that is a great number. It's a big number. 10 to the power of 8 is a big number, but in case of molecules, 10 to the power of 8 molecules of water brought together, joined together, not even to be half a drop. It will not be even half a drop. There contains so many molecules. So, out of 10 to the power of 8 molecules, one molecule ionizes this way. Dissociation is for electrovalent compound, I take it out. So, one molecule ionizes the HNOH. And then, this H plus is called H ion, hydrogen ion. Hydrogen ion. This is called a hydroxyl ion. This is hydrogen ion and this is hydroxyl. I will come to that later. This hydrogen ion which is formed combines with another water molecule. The hydrogen ion combines with another water molecule, forms H2O plus H, it forms H3O plus. This H3O plus is called hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. This hydronium ion is responsible for the acidity of a solution. An acid is nowadays defined as a compound containing hydronium ions in solution. Earlier definition was a compound containing hydrogen ions in solution. Now we say an acid is a substance or a compound containing hydronium ions in solution. And how are those hydronium ions formed? You can see out of 10 to the power of 8 atom molecules, 10 to the power of 8 molecules. Please note down these things in your book. Out of 10 to the power of 8 molecules of water, one molecule ionizes. One molecule ionizes, giving one hydrogen ion and one hydroxyl ion. This is hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl. Hydroxyl. XYL. One hydroxyl ion and one hydrogen ion. This hydrogen ion, the number of water molecules around available. So this one hydrogen ion combines with one water molecule and produces hydronium ion. H3O. H2O plus H, H3O. Hydronium ion. Hydronium ion can be shown by the dot method also. One H, one hydrogen, Here is oxygen. Oxygen, you know, has two lone pair of electrons. We have learned earlier. Oxygen has two lone pair of electrons. They have two lone pairs of electrons. One electron is combined with hydrogen, another electron is combined with this hydrogen. Actually, it was like this: one oxygen, and one hydrogen. Here also, one oxygen, one hydrogen. Electron. Now there are two lone pairs of electrons. Here the hydrogen ion combines. One hydrogen ion combines here, it becomes H3O plus. This is the actual dot diagram of H3O plus. Now we can easily understand, after this is water only. This is water. H2O. Oxygen has got 6 electrons in the outermost shell in an atom. 2, 4, 5, 6. Each hydrogen has 1 electron in the outermost shell. 1 electron in the outermost shell. Now, this is the normal way of water is like this usually. When a hydrogen ion is available, that hydrogen ion combines with it unilaterally. It comes and combines with it unilaterally without sharing. These two are shared. But this hydrogen ion doesn't have anything to share, no electron. But it can combine with this unilaterally from one side. It can use these two electrons for sharing. So oxygen supplies the electron, hydrogen accepts the electron. Of this oxygen, I told you that the class is called donor. This oxygen is called donor, and this hydrogen is called acceptor. Acceptor. Donor and acceptor. So in H3O plus, you find a bonding here without sharing, hydrogen is bonded. When it shares without bonding, this will be the position. You see, right? This is sharing properly covalent bond, this is sharing properly covalent bond, and hydrogen sharing without giving electrons, it is sharing with oxygen electrons. So this becomes what we call coordinate bonding. Coordinate bonding is shown with an arrow. An arrow, the arrow goes towards the acceptor. Arrow faces the acceptor. Starting from oxygen, an arrow facing the acceptor. This is called coordinate bond. Formation of the ion is called H3O plus hydronium ion. Hydronium ion is formed by coordinate bonding. Hope you are able to understand. 5 minutes.